Even if you like frogs, crochet these in private, because then that's all you'll get from the age of 15 to 30 is frog everything. How do I know this, you ask? Because I received frog everything from the age of 15 to 30. Hi guys, it's Katie from Yarn Society, and today we're going to be making this adorable pocket frog. This guy is worked up in a chunky Chanel yarn. I used an H hook and he's about 2.5 inches tall. I'm going to put up a supply list and then we'll get started. Just wanted to show you here, this is the brand I used and this is the color turquoise. We're going to get started by grabbing our yarn, and then I have an H hook here. We are going to make a Slipknot and Chain 7, and if you need videos that go slower, I have that all in the description box below. Make your Slipknot, and then we are going to chain 7. We are going to make a single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then we're going to make a single crochet in each of the next 5. So it'll be 6 stitches total. Here's 1. Move over for another single crochet. This is 2. Move over for our 3rd. Move over for our 4th single crochet. Here's our 5th. And then here is our 6th. From here, I'm just going to tighten up that slip knot a little bit. We are going to rotate our work, and then working down the other side of the chain, we're just going to work into those top loops or those top chain stitches. The Chanel yarn is a bit tougher to see the top loops, so I tend to go into these little chain stitches here, and I'll show you. I go here and grab, place your hook into these little holes, and you'll just be making 6 single crochet down the chain. I'm going to place my hook into that first chain space, and I'm going to single crochet. Move over for your second single crochet, and then move over for your 3rd. Here's our 4th, our 5th, and then our 6th single crochet, and that's in that corner bit here. Sometimes it's easier to feel than actually see. So we're going to be working in continuous rounds. So at this point, we're going to have 12 stitches. I'm going to place a stitch marker on the last stitch of the round. Feel free to place it on the first. We're going to be working in continuous rounds, so we're going to start with this next stitch with an increase, and then we'll move over for a single crochet. We're going to repeat that sequence for a total of 6 times. So here in our first stitch, we're going to make a single crochet increase. That's 2 single crochet into the same stitch. We're going to move over and make a single crochet. Then we're going to move over and make a single crochet increase. Here's 1 and 2. We'll move over for a single crochet, move over for a single crochet increase. Then we'll move over for a single crochet. Now we have our single crochet increase, single crochet, then our increase, our single crochet, and then here's our last increase, ending with a single crochet. At the end of round 2, we are going to have 18 stitches. I'm going to change my stitch marker. So continuing on in our continuous round, we're going to make an increase in that first stitch, and then we're going to single crochet in each of the next 2, and we'll repeat that sequence. So place your hook into that first stitch and make a single crochet increase. Then we're going to move over and make a single crochet, move over and make a single crochet. So now we're going to repeat that sequence again. We have an increase, and then we're going to single crochet in each of the next 2. Here is 1 and 2. Now we're going to place our increase, single crochet in each of the next 2. Here is 1, move over, 2. Now we have an increase. Single crochet in each of the next 2. Here is 1 and 2. We have another increase. Single crochet in each of the next 2. I know you're getting the hang of this by now. And then we're going to do our last sequence of an increase, single crochet in the next 2. At the end of round 3, we are going to have 24 stitches. You can change your stitch marker. For round 4, we are going to make the top of the eyes. So what you want to do is grab quite a few stitch markers. And if you don't have stitch markers, maybe grab like paper clips or something that can act like a stitch marker, because you do want to mark a few stitches. The first thing we're going to do is mark the back loop only of stitch 4 and 5. And then we're going to mark the back loop of stitch 9 and 10. I'm just double checking that I got the right stitches. And now we're going to move on to round 4. We are going to single crochet into these first 3 stitches here. And then we're going to be working into the front loops only of the stitches that we marked. You might want to grab a few more stitch markers because we're going to need those for the next round. So just starting off, we are going to single crochet in each of the next 3. Here's single crochet 1, 2, and 3. In the next stitch, we are going to work into that front loop only, and we are going to make a slip stitch, a single crochet, and a half double crochet. We are going to mark that first slip stitch with a stitch marker. So go under the front loop, make your slip stitch, and then grab a stitch marker and just mark that stitch. In the same front loop, we're going to make a single crochet. And then in the same front loop, we're going to make a half double crochet. If you need videos, I have videos for all of these stitches. Now we're going to move over and work into that next marked stitch, the front loop only. We're going to make a half double crochet, a single crochet, and a slip stitch. So go underneath that front loop and we're going to make a half double crochet. Go under the same front loop for a single crochet, and then go under the same front loop for a slip stitch. Go ahead and grab a stitch marker and mark your slip stitch. From here, we're going to single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So we have single crochet 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to repeat the same sequence that we did for that eye for this one. So we're going to do a slip stitch under that front loop only. Go ahead and mark it with a stitch marker. Then we're going to go under that front loop again and make a single crochet. The same front loop. And then going under the same front loop, we're going to make a half double crochet. Now we're going to move over to our next marked stitch, working into the front loop only. We're going to make a half double crochet, then a single crochet, and then a slip stitch. Go ahead and mark that slip stitch. Now we're going to single crochet in the next 14 stitches, and that should get us then to our stitch marker. So I'm going to let you crochet in the next 14 stitches. At the end of round 4, we're going to change our stitch marker. We are going to have 24 stitches, but I'm going to show you here which ones you're going to be counting. So when counting your stitches, we are going to ignore the ears, and we're going to count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, and then plus 14 that we made would be 24. So we're just ignoring those blue stitch markers and we're counting the pink ones. Okay, we're going to be moving on to round 5. Make sure you changed your stitch marker. This one is a tad bit different, so we will just go slow and do this together. We're going to make a single crochet in each of the first 2 stitches. Here I have single crochet, move over for a single crochet. Then we're going to make an increase here. Here's our increase. And now we are going to ignore all of those blue stitch markers, all those stitches of the ear, and we're just going to be working into the pink stitch markers. We are going to make a single crochet in each of those 2 stitch markers, working into that back loop. Here's single crochet 1. And now we're going to work into that next one. Just going to take out the stitch marker. And now we're going to make a single crochet into the stitch next to the ear stitch with the stitch marker. So we're going to be working into this one here. We're ignoring all of those ear stitches. So go ahead and pull your hook over. It can feel a little odd at first, but get your hook into that stitch. And then we're just going to make a single crochet. In the next stitch, we're going to make an increase. So a single crochet increase. Move over for 1 single crochet. And then we're going to work a single crochet in each of those pink back loops. So here is single crochet, and then move over and make another single crochet. Working into that stitch next to the stitch marker. So we're going in here, get your hook over into that stitch, and we're going to make an increase. Now we're going to make a single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Then we're going to make an increase. A single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Then we have one more sequence of increase, single crochet in each of the next 3. We're going to have 2 stitches left, so we're going to make 1 increase, and then we'll end with a single crochet in the last stitch. At the end of round 5, we're going to have 30 stitches, change your stitch marker, and now you should be able to count like normal. No more goofy stitch markers. I am going to secure my work because I just want to take out all of these stitch markers so we can move on to the next round. So that's how the eyes look. We are going to place our safety eyes in there, and you'll see how that looks later. Moving on for round 6 through 9, we are going to single crochet in the next 30 stitches. And I'm just going to show you how I like to mark my round 6. And this is helpful later just for counting your rounds in general. I'm just going to put a few stitches in and then place a stitch marker horizontally. And then from there, you know that that's round 6. Thank you guys for joining me on this crochet along. I have been wanting to make a frog for a really long time because I really do love frogs. I don't know, it did get out of hand when I was younger. I kept just getting frog gifts all the time. And I swear I just said I liked frogs maybe a few times. But you know how that goes when people don't know what to get you because you're at that like weird teenage stage. So then they just like buy you knick-knacky stuff. I don't know. It was too funny though. But Sadly, I only have like one frog thing left. I don't know what happened to all my frog stuff, but it's somewhere. But this guy did make me remember how much I really do love them. He's my 5th little pocket pal that I've made. So if you like making these quicker projects, I do have quite a few videos that you can check out. I have a dog, a cat, a dino, and something else I can't remember. Oh, and a bunny. We're at the end of round 6. You can change your stitch marker. Go ahead and work from round 7 through 9 on your own, and then we will meet back at the end of round 9. We're at the end of round 9 and we still have 30 stitches. For round 10, we are going to be doing our bobble stitches. So we have a regular bobble and then a small bobble, and I will talk you through this as we go. So for round 10, we are going to place a single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Here is single crochet 1, 2, and 3. We're going to be working all of our bobble stitches in the front loop only. So you'll be placing your hook under there. For the regular bobble, I call it essentially 5 double crochet that I don't finish. Okay, we're going to yarn over and we're going to place our hook under that front loop only. And then we'll yarn over and go through 2 loops on the hook. We'll yarn over our second time, go under that front loop only. Yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over, this is our third time. Go through 2. Yarn over, this is our fourth. Go through 2 stitches and then yarn over and go through our 5th. This one gets a little tricky because it's getting big now. And go through 2. Now we're going to have 6 loops on the hook. And you're going to go ahead and yarn over and go through all 6 loops. From here, we're going to single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. And now we're going to do a small bobble in that front loop only. So a small bobble is essentially like 3 double crochet that we don't finish. I'm going to yarn over and we're going to go underneath that front loop. This is 1. Yarn over for our second time. Going through that front loop only. Yarn over for our third time, back through that front loop. And then after you go through 2, you're going to have 4 loops on the hook. Go through all 4 loops. We're going to single crochet in each of the next 2. Here is 1 and 2. We're going to do another small bobble. So that's going under 3 times. So here is our first time going under that front loop. Yarn over, this is our second time. Yarn over, this is our third time. We should have 4 loops on the hook. Go through all 4 loops. We're going to single crochet in each of the next 3. And then we're going to do a front loop only regular bobble. So that's 5. So we're going to yarn over, this is 1. Yarn over 2. Yarn over 3. Yarn over 4. Yarn over 5. And then we'll have 6 loops on the hook. Go through all 6 loops. Then we're going to single crochet in the next 15 stitches until we reach our stitch marker. So I'm going to let you do that on your own. At the end of round 10, we're going to change our stitch marker. We still have 30 stitches. You can take a second here to just pop out your bobbles if you haven't already. So we have our 2 back feet and then our 2 little front feet. For round 11, we're going to be starting with an invisible decrease. And if you haven't done one yet, I have a video on that as well. And then we are going to single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, and we'll repeat this for a total of 6 times. I'm going to place my hook under the front loop of the first stitch and then directly under the front loop of the second stitch. I'm going to yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through again. Now we're going to single crochet in each of the next 3. So here is 1. If you have a hard time seeing these stitches, go ahead and feel for them. This is 2, and then single crochet 3. We're going to do another invisible decrease, so go under, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through. Now we have a single crochet in each of the next 3. Here is 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do another decrease, single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Here is another decrease, single crochet in each of the next 3. Then we have a decrease, single crochet in each of the next 3. Then here's our final decrease, single crochet in each of the last 3. At the end of round 11, we're going to have 24 stitches. I'm going to grab another stitch marker to put on my working yarn because we're going to place the eyes and the little smile. So I have 14 millimeter safety eyes, and I like to just put them in that little groove right where the eye meets. So here, I'll show you right about here. And that way it looks like his eye is kind of puffed up over the safety eye. And if you don't like that look, you can always feel free to put the eyes wherever you like the best. It's funny because he looks a little angry when he doesn't have his smile. So if you want an angry frog, this could work. To put on a smile, I'm just going to grab some embroidery floss in my yarn needle, and I'm just going to make a knot at the end. I'm going to grab an inside piece next to my eye. I'm going to pull to that knot. And then I'm going to grab a piece of yarn again, pull through and make a loop. I'm going to put that yarn needle behind the loop and pull through just to make a knot on the inside. So we marked round 6, and I'm going to place the smile between round 5 and 6, kind of right between those eyes. I'm going to go up a stitch between round 5 and 6. I'm going to pull through. I'm going to move down around and over a stitch. And then I'm going to go back up through that round 5 and 6, leaving 1 stitch open between the smile. And that's it. It's just a really simple little smile for him. And then just go ahead and secure the yarn again in the inside. Okay, once we're done, make sure you like where your eyes are, and then we will secure the safety eyes. Moving on, we're going to take out that extra stitch marker, change your stitch marker if you haven't already, and we're going to do round 12. Round 12 is just a decrease, single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Here is a decrease, single crochet in each of the next 2. And then we have another decrease. Struggling with that one. Single crochet in each of the next 2. And then we're going to decrease again. A single crochet in each of the next 2. We have a decrease. single crochet in the next 2, decrease, single crochet in the next 2, decrease, single crochet, and then last 2 stitches. At the end of round 12, we're going to have 18 stitches left. Go ahead and change your stitch marker. I'm going to take a quick pause here because I'm going to stuff. We only have 2 more rounds to go, and I just want to add a little bit of stuffing here. I don't want to add too much because I want to give myself a lot of room to continue to crochet. So I'm just going to kind of get that top area and then make sure I don't pull his smile. This yarn is so soft. I love it. I did not think I would love it the way I do, but I enjoy it. Okay, so here you give yourself a lot of room to continue crocheting, and then we're going to start with round 13. Round 13 is just 1 decrease and then a single crochet. So we are just going to do that all the way around, a decrease, and then a single crochet. And we're just going to continue this, a decrease, and then a single crochet. So now we have another decrease, and then a single crochet. Once you add the stuffing, it gets a little bit trickier. Now we have another decrease, a single crochet, and I'm going to let you finish your decrease single crochet until the end. At the end of round 13, we'll have 12 stitches. We only have 1 more round to go. I'm going to put a stitch marker in my working yarn because now I'm going to stuff one more time because that's all we have left before we close here. So I just like to kind of make a little hole in the middle, make sure he can sit flat. Don't want to make it too bulgy on the bottom, but you still want him nice and full. Sometimes that little corner bit sticks up, so I'm just going to smooth that down. And I'm just going to add a tiny bit more. Take out that extra stitch marker. We are working on our last round, which is round 14. And we're going to just make 6 decreases all the way around. So we will do our first decrease. And then we're going to move over for another decrease and just continue the decreases until the end. All right, our last decrease, I'm going to take out my stitch marker for good. We're going to leave a long piece of yarn. And I'm going to fasten off, so I'm just going to yarn over, pull that yarn all the way through. I'm going to grab my yarn needle and weave my yarn in that needle. And then I'm going to show you here, it's just my fastened off, and now I want to count 6 stitches. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and here's my 6th stitch. And I want to go through the front loop only, so I'm going to pull my yarn needle down through that front loop. And then I'm going to count 6 again. This is my 2nd, my 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Now we have this little hole. Keep your eye on that hole as we close this up. We're just going to squeeze it, and then I'm going to place my yarn needle back through that hole. And then we're just going to pull through. I'm just going to weave. I'm going to give that a little bit of a tug. Be careful not to break your yarn. And then I'm just going to weave that back up through my frog. You can cut off the excess yarn. And we are done. This just gets a little furry here. We can take out that extra stitch marker. We're going to do some fluffing. And then if you want to fluff up your bobble stitches, you can grab a yarn needle and do that. Thank you guys for joining me on this crochet along. Here's my other friend. These are called the poisonous ones. And then we have the green one. I actually liked the turquoise color better. I want to get another green, like a lighter green. But here is our other friend. And they're ready to go have a good froggy time. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel for more crochet alongs. And check out my other Pocket Pals if you like these quick Chanel type no-sew patterns. And check out yarnsociety.com for free crochet patterns.